Good day, everybody. My name is Adeleke, and I'm from Ekiti State of Nigeria. Today, I'll be taking you through the history, the culture, the tradition, and the way of life of Ekiti people. Happy day. Thank you. To talk about the history of Ekiti State was coined from the old Ondo State. Ekiti State has its local government area, and in Ekiti State, predominantly the occupation of the men is farming, while that of the women is trading. In Ekiti State, we are rich in human and natural resources. For example, to talk about farming, we are large producer of cocoa, plantain, cash crops, which includes palm oil and oranges. So in Ekiti State, we have unique cultures and traditions. Just like I said, we have 16 local government in Ekiti State. So we have a lot of unique traditions that is actually unique or significant to every community in Ekiti State. For example, in Ado Ekiti, we have Udioroko. In Iworoko Ekiti, we have Epa. In Ikole Ekiti, we have Isimole. In IJESHA ISU, which is from Ikole local government, the town that I happen to come from, we have Idagba. So Idagba simply means a process whereby we mount a very big hill and a large drum is being placed on top of that hill. And the Kabiesi, being the Obanla of Ijeshashu, will climb the hill to beat the drum 3 times. And whenever I beat the drum, there are some form of enchantments that come from the people. So they say Oroburuku Aole, which means every bad occurrence, every bad or evil happening that's meant to happen to everybody in the community should go down. Even it cut across children and all inhabitants of the town that whenever the king speak the drum, Orobuku Aole, which means every bad and evil occurrence should vanish and disappear and enter the ground. Okay, in Ekiti, typically we have a lot of delicacies in Ekiti. We have Feregede, we have Otili, we have Pakala. And the most unique of it is pounded yam. So we have the pounded yam and the isapa or the egusi soup. So typically, the Yorubas love pounded yam, but it's so unique to the Ekiti people. So pounded yam happens to be our unique and main dish. So the pounded yam is just being prepared or is gotten from yam itself because we are a larger producer of yam. As it is, just like I said, I'm from IJESHA ISU EKITI, and IJESHA ISU means the golden city of yam. So pounded yam is our thing, and egusi soup, and sometimes isapa soup. That's our major delicacy in Ekiti State. So our traditional attires in Ekiti reflects our heritage, reflects our identity. And if you are to go back to the definition of culture, it means a complex soul which looks about the knowledge, the laws, the beliefs, the art, the laws, the morals, the way of life of people. So our cultural attires shows our heritage. For example, in the Ekiti culture or majorly the Yoruba culture, our attire is the agbada, which is the ashoke, and the fila. We have fila eleti aja, and we have the akun. That is our cultural heritage. That is what actually reflects or showcase us as a typical Yoruba person from the state of Nigeria. Our culture plays a unique role in our socialization and enculturation process. The Yorubas, especially the Ekitis, we are regarded as Omoluabi. What does Omoluabi mean? Omoluabi means a child who is actually being given birth to with an honorable character. To talk about culture, the Ekiti culture forms a larger part of our life to an extent that it is an enculturation and socialization process whereby we pay respect to elderly people. We give adequate respect to people, even it reflects in the kind of food we eat. For example, now, if you see anybody outside, they say, Omoluabini. So the Ekiti culture goes deep. It is actually being indoctrinated in our day-to-day life. By so doing, an average Ekiti man has a high level of respect because of the cultural relevance and significance that has actually been deposited in their life by our parents growing up. People outside Ekiti or who are non Yorubas or who are non Ekiti can learn the culture and the tradition of Ekiti via YouTube, Google. You can go on Google. You can even mingle with friends to learn about Ekiti language. I'm a Yoruba person from Ekiti State. I can speak some Igbos. I can speak a little bit of Hausa. It is because I learned some, maybe via YouTube, some via Google, some via interaction, social interaction. So for people to understand and learn more about Ekiti dialect, Ekiti language, Ekiti tradition, you can easily go on YouTube. For example, you go on YouTube now, you will see songs of late Elemure Ogunyemi. That itself is an identity that showcase the Ekiti culture, our way of life, the way we sing, the way we dress, the kind of food we eat. So for you to learn more about the Ekiti tradition, for you to learn more about the culture of the Ekiti people, you can easily go on YouTube, you can go online, you can search, you can Google search. You see a lot of researches that you cannot exhaust. In Ekiti, we have a unique way of greeting people. And just like I've said, the Ekiti culture and Yoruba as a whole, we are respectful people. For example, you want to greet another person saying, Yokmo, Nyorao, Shala Neshi, Shala Fianeshi, Cheson Koko, Igre Lamuti Nyeko, Bare Agbe O. Those are just the typical way to greet in Ekiti dialect. All these things simply means, good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir? May the gods of your father be with you. So typically in Ekiti, that is just the typical way to greet. Nyokmo, Nyorao, Shalanishe. Shalanishe means I hope you are good. I hope you are fine. I hope everything is good. So that's just the typical way to greet in the Yoruba culture. In Ekiti State, we have a lot of public figures, a lot of great people who are from Ekiti State. You can't but talk about the first executive governor of Ekiti State, Otunba Adebayo. You can't but talk about Ayodele Fayoshe. You cannot but talk about Fayemi, John Kayode Fayemi. You can't not but talk about the current governor of Ekiti State. So we have a lot of good people who are from Ekiti State, a lot of prominent figures. You can't but talk about Are Afebalola, the proprietor of the popular Afebalola University at Ekiti. So the list is so long. Talk about Benga Oyebode. We have a lot of Ekiti people doing well in and outside of the country. So to mention a lot of prominent Ekiti indigenes is just a very long list. So, but just manage the few I've told you for now. So on this episode, we have a lot of people who sing our cultural song in Ekiti. Though most of them are late. We talk about Elemure Ogunyemi. We'll talk about Dele Martina. But I love Elemure Ogunyemi. And he has a lot of songs that he has sung in the past. And I think I will sing one and I will dance to one now. And I think one of that is Ere Igbagbo. Onibagba Jesu nbo ma rere je o. Ere Igbagbo. Onibagba Jesu nbo ma rere je o. Ere Igbagbo. Onibagba Jesu nbo ma rere je. Ko ba chi wali gba Jesu nbo ma rere je o. Ko che mi li gba Jesu nbo ma rere je. Ade keke ikeke. Keke ike, adi keke ike, keke ike, adi keke ike, keke ike, keke ike. Now, on the final note, Nigeria as a whole is a pluralistic society where we have several cultures. So thank you for viewing this, and I pray God bless you. Bye.